communication is that it's not that complicated. We're going, oh, that's so big. That's yellow car. That's a big yellow car. It's not going to be that. That's it's and we're going to communicate again. Where's that car from? That's from USA, for example. It's not going to be in one sentence, but when it comes to writing, yes, it's possible to have those long adjectives in one sentence. But when it comes to spoken communication, it's not going to be like that. It's
But
going to be
what? Okay.
short information at one time.
And what about if we
About,
write it and
yes,
then we messed up uh the urutan, what is, we mess
order.
yeah, we mess up the order when we write it.
In that case, I think because when we write, we have plenty of time to write, right? We can always check. I mean, like, for example, when we are going to post something on Facebook, for example, after we write a passage, it's either a passage or a paragraph, we will be able to read that over and over and over again before we post that, right? And it's also possible for us when we write an article, for example, and we need that kind of information, it's possible for us to check again the order, the formula. I'm like, um, it's something we can, cheat on, unless we're having a double test, of course. But it's like what Mas Mizan said. There are things we don't always have to do it. You know,
Yeah.
we can almost cheat on everything. Why do we have to, work so hard about it? It's just something we can check. Well, yes, unless you're taking a test, of course. So when we are familiar with that, I think it's going to be easier. But yes, the best thing to remember that is to memorize that, of course. And the best place to check is actually at the dictionary. I mean, we have this Cambridge. It doesn't have to be the the actual dictionary. I mean, like, we can have this online dictionary, and I actually checked that at Cambridge, and yes, there is this adjective order. I'm going to show that later to you.
Okay.
And also the do, yes, the
Uh,
do, did. It's also for, yes, it's for emphasis. Like, I I went to Gembiroloka Zoo, for example. You did go to Gembiroloka Zoo, like, we break down that into
uh,
did plus verb one. Like, it's you did go there? Like, no, it's not. It's a question, so that's a different thing. With for example, I know how to cook. You do cook? Yes, I do cook. It's just. Do you get my point?
I know, I
I
get
know
it.
I know how to cook that.
Mm.
You know how to cook that? Yes, I do know how to cook that. You no, it's just for emphasizing. It's, yeah,
But it's
yeah.
not
You get
have,
my point. Mhm.
yeah, but it's not have anything to do with grammar.
Yeah, there is still this grammatical rule
Or
following. Like,
present and the past tense and some, like you said, you did go to
yeah.
Gembirolica and
So
I see.
so we have to break that down into, like, for
Mm.
example, when I went to Jogja. You went to Jogja? Yes, I did go to Jogja. So when we break down that into did plus verb one, because it's when it's actually did plus verb one. It's the verb
Mm.
two of that. For example, like, I know how to cook. that. You know how to cook that? Yes, I do know. Yes, I do know because no is actually do plus fab one. Like for example, she cooks. Really? Yes, she does cook. It's does plus cook. So she cooks. We
Past
break
tense.
that down into no cooks is from present tense.
Oh,
Cooks
right. Present
as.
tense. Sorry.
So we break that down into just plus fab one. Is it confusing?
A little bit, but I get the big point of what you said before.
Yeah.
Thank you very
So
much.
that's going to be for emphasizing, and
Mm,
when we want to use that, we break that down. Like for example, fab two, it's going to be did plus fab one.
mm,
Fab one, it's going to be do plus fab one. Fab s, it's going to be does plus fab one.
it does. Okay, okay.
So there's no way like fab did plus fab two, that's not going to be possible, and fab s plus does plus fab s, that's not going to be possible. So it's going to be does plus fab one, do plus fab one, or did plus fab one.
So we talk about tenses right now.
Hmm.
Well, yes.
What suppose we talk play a game again? Do you have any game in mind,
No,
Miss
if
Marian?
we if
It's
we talk about tenses, I have a question about it too.
Oh yeah, okay, okay. Please do, please do, please do. But
Sometimes
there
I
are uh,
confuse when use like perfect, like present perfect, and what present
perfect,
continuous perfect.
present continuous,
Yeah, and
present
past
continuous.
perfect and past continuous perfect. Because in Goridus uh, Syukur
Gregorius
book,
Thakur, yes.
they have a same thing like activities to activities at the same time. In the past,
Mm.
sometimes you use perfect, sometimes you use perfect continuous. It's quite confusing for me.
Mhm.
So when
Right.
we
So,
use that,
first of all, we will have to understand the idea of now and past. Now is
okay.
now, like 2021. Past is in 2000, for example. We have these
Hmm.
two dots. Two dots. Wait, I'll have to write down something. Just make sure that I don't miss anything. So we have these dots now and 2000. Now it's 2001. 2020, right? So, um, for example, uh, in 2000, I met. In 2000, I met. Uh, who? In 2000, I met. No, not in 2000. And in 2003, okay, in 2000, I met, for example,
Kasanev.
okay. No, it's supposed to be an artist. So it's going to be a really big something. So in 2000, I met Leonardo DiCaprio, for example. For example, so it was a certain time. That's why we use past tense. In 2000, I met
Right.
that person. It's okay. You get my
It's not
point.
a specific time. Like it's just 2000, not like at 7 o'clock or at
No,
2000.
it's
That's it.
it's in 2000. In
Yeah.
2000, I met. Mm, oh, right. For example, in 2000, I met you, Mas Hanif. Okay.
Okay.
Do you still remember? In 2000, I met you, and this is 2021, and this is now. we meet again. Okay, I just met you, and I'm going to ask you, sudah makan? Do you get my point? Right now we meet. Right
Okay.
now we meet, and I'm going to ask you, sudah makan? I'm going to ask you, have you got your dinner? Have you got your dinner?
All right.
This is telah sudah makan. Okay, and in 2000, when I met you, I would love to ask the same question, sudah makan? But it would be, I would ask you, have you got your, sorry, had you got your dinner? No, it's a little bit confusing. I'm met, we are meeting right now, okay? And I would refer to that meeting. When I met you in 2000,
So it makes more complicated, Mas Ilham.
in front of the library, had you got your
Okay.
like this. Jadi when we sekarang sama-sama ketemu setelah, oke, kita ketemu, and then saya tanya, sudah makan? Sekarang ya, sekarang sudah makan? It's going to be, have you got your dinner? Terus saya setting pertanyaan saya. Ini kita masih ketemu. Sekarang saya tanya lagi. By the way, dulu tahun 2000 pas kita ketemu di depan library, kamu udah makan belum sih? Oke. So, sama-sama sudah makan belum sih? Tapi waktunya di setting lampau. Do you get my point?
All right. All right. I got it.
Sama-sama telah, udah makan
Do
belum
you
sih?
do you really get the point, Mas Hanif?
Yeah. Yeah. I get the point. Like
Okay.
Jadi
using had and using have, right? It's
mhm.
perfect.
Jadi
Perfect tense, past and
and
present.
past
Is it?
perfect. So we're talking about itu dulu. Present perfect and past perfect. Sama-sama tanya
Okay.
telah.
Okay.
Udah makan belum? Sekarang ketemu. Udah makan belum gitu. Have you got your dinner? Kemudian saya tanya lagi, by the way dulu tahun 2000 pas kita ketemu di depan library itu, kamu udah makan belum sih? Kayak gitu kan.
Had you
And
got
that's
your
going to be,
dinner? Right.
yes, wait, when we met in 2000 in front of the library, had you got your dinner? Jadi ganti had.
Right.
Okay, is that clear?
That's the rule, is it?
Yeah, but sometimes people are confused about that. Jadi what makes that different is the time frame, settingan waktunya.
Right.
Sama-sama specific dot, and we want to say telah sudah makan belum, but yang satu saat ini, yang satu di setting past tense.
In the past.
Waktu
Right.
itu udah makan belum? Jadi ada waktu itu. Waktu itunya tuh kapan? Last year or in 2000 or in 2010 or in 2014. Pokoknya ada waktu itu. Waktu itunya terserah kapan. Pokoknya in the past.
Right.
Okay, I hope that's clear. And
Mas
after that,
Manati,
yes,
Mas Manati, I think
yes,
we must continue our discussion, maybe more
discussion.
private.
Okay, right.
Because you know,
Yes, I
I
think
think
yes, grammar is a little bit like that.
yeah.
Yes.
It's confusing for me sometimes. And by the way, I doing this Koridu Syukur book seriously, and I got these tenses, and I try to do it twice, and sometimes I still don't know when I use that, but I think we will continue it privately. How about it,
Right.
Miss Nati?
So yes, of course, that will be possible. So I was about to. Mm, it's. I was thinking about having this. It's not so very. It's about daily activities.
Daily activities.
Yes, and I'm going to post some related words. First, drink.
Okay.
Here, drink. I have posted that. Wait, it's not finished. Where is that drink? I will have to. Okay, coffee. It's just for, you know, I think we need some kind of
Whoa,
this
what
kind of
the?
input. They're just related words, related words related to daily activities. Study following
Okay.
words or phrases related to daily activities I wake up at. So they are the phrases or the sentences or the words we normally use when we talked about daily activities.
Hmm.
Uh, yes, I wake up at, I have my morning prayers at, and
What
then
is
take
the
a bath
difference
or
between
shower.
bath and shower? Like what we are using?
I think
Bath and
so. We have
oh
this shower. We normally have with how do you call it?
yes, the name is shower, I
Yes,
guess.
that shower. Yes, and
Oh,
also, but when I check that bath, it's more like bathtub. You know,
bathtub, not a
when we
gayung.
it's still we shower our body using that gayung. So
What
I
is
think
gayung in English?
I'm not sure right now. I don't remember.
Okay.
Yes, I'll. Yes, I'm not sure.
Why,
I
why
know that
everyone
exactly. It's
so
silent.
quiet?
Yes,
Okay, okay.
everybody's so quiet. Right, so where was that? Brush my teeth. So I have something for this. I go to it takes a little bit. So some I believe that most of us here are familiar with these phrases or sentences. It's just sometimes like I have fried rice for breakfast.
Mm.
It sounds more English. I mean, like compared to I my breakfast I ate. You know, I
Oh
ate
yeah.
fried rice this morning. I mean, like that's so Indonesian is translated into English.
Yeah.
But when yes, but it's
Maybe
like
surely you
I
do that.
yes, and it takes 10 minutes to go by bus. It's like it sounds it's how we say that you know I go. Yes, some phrases like this will help us to sound more English than simply translate the Indonesian words or sentences to English.
Mm.
So yes. Okay. I have my morning prayers at okay, right. So I have these questions with me. Let's just while you're going to uh, pick numbers, and I'm going to ask you the questions related to daily activities. It's not going to be so complicated. I mean, like it's what we do every day,
Sure.
and the words might be helpful. Yes. So, Mas Ilham, do you want to be the first?
I
How many
think
number?
someone who never been here
I'm
before.
okay, right. So it's going to be. Would you like to pick somebody who's never been here before? It depends
Nasrido
on.
Sandi, I guess.
Okay, Masarido, hello. Are you there? Okay, right.
Yes, I'm here.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, right. So we have this 10. Uh, 10. How do you call it? 10. 10 group of questions. Each group consists of different number of questions. So just pick a number from 1 to 10. I'm going to ask you questions based on the number you have picked.
Hello, Mas Rido.
Uh,
Hello, Mas.
take number
Mas
Hello,
for
Rido.
Masido.
Pick
Yes,
a number, one
pick a
or
number
two.
from 1 to
seven,
10.
seven.
7. Okay, right. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ronaldo.
Okay, so activities after school or work. I do believe that you were no longer at school, right? So it's going to be working. First question, and everybody, you are free to ask Masrido any other questions related
About
to,
daily activity.
yes.
Okay.
What, Masrido, this is the first question. What are your most routine activities after work?
Okay. Uh, After work, I often running like
Okay,
sport for healthiness
for health.
and
It's not healthiness, it's health.
for
The
my
noun.
health.
Mhm.
Uh, it's about 20 minutes or I don't know how much distance I got, but it's about 20 minutes running.
Mm.
And for another activity, I what I do.
It's most routine and like what you normally do.
What I normally do is uh, reading sport news,
Hmm.
What kind of
Could it
sport that you read?
football?
like football. Yes,
What,
you can ask me
what
about football anything.
what football
I
team
don't like
are you
I don't like
into?
football.
Uh, in every country, I have the one team I into, but
Wow.
I am
What is
How
your
about
favorite?
very
favorite group in Malaysia?
favorite group in Malaysia is what is it? Bambang Pamungkas. Where is fly for Johor?
Oh, I do not know.
Selangor
Whoa, you really have one for every
for
country. Because
for the my favorite club is Inter Milan
Hmm.
for my
All right.
junior high school. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I think you are old
Please
because
don't
because
minute.
Italy League is
I
for
don't.
people from the past. I think
From the past.
from
No
old
one knows.
people.
But Bastian Veron, Fieri, no one knows here.
I don't because I'm not so into football. My husband is.
I same with my Miss Marianti.
Oh, you're not
I
into
do.
football. I thought all
No.
guys. Right. And you are
Yes.
into what, Mas
Total.
Ilham? When it
Uh,
comes to sports, what is your favorite?
I don't have any favorite, but I have maybe I like a volleyball.
Volleyball.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
I think you like yoga, Mas Ilham.
Is that a support? Stop. It's more like meditation.
Yes, I believe so. I've never tried that once, by the way. Kata, do you want to have it?
Okay, Mas
Oh, right.
Rido,
Okay, right.
where do you usually have running?
Right.
I'm running in uh, stadium, North
Whoa.
Jakarta Stadium.
Okay, right.
It's about 5 laps in 20 minutes.
Wow.
Uh, and it's near your dorm or
Yes,
house.
it's near my home. But for several months ago, for COVID
All
situation,
right.
I cannot do I cannot do any sport. Every place get by security with
Mm.
a line.
Mm-hmm.
So for several months, we cannot to move our body anywhere. But I think this is one of my question about COVID situation is we need to keep our health, but we cannot to
Running.
do a sport or any other healthy activity. I think it's very contrary.
What?
Right. I get a
Contrary.
point. Contrary.
Contradiction, I think.
What is that?
Contradictive.
What?
Contradictive,
Oh,
yeah, right.
Right. So, right. I think they might think that you can run everywhere. It doesn't have to be at the stadium. It's just like, but it's not so very safe.
Running at place,
Yes.
right?
Have you ever done that, Mas Rido?
Uh,
Katanya.
sorry, can you repeat again?
Running without moving. It's like you were,
Yeah, at the same place.
yes, running at the same place. It's
I uh,
have you ever
uh,
considered that?
I don't think yes, everybody have a very subjective experience, but I already run it's more than 16 years. So if
oh,
Wow,
I run for the near place or narrow place, I don't feel
like
the
running.
the sweat of my body.
All
And because
right,
there is no things you can see on sound, right?
all
what is
right.
the meaning of that sentence?
On this Idul Fitri, I have record for running from my mother-in-law place into Bocor Beach. It's about 16 kilometers
Kilometers,
in 2 hours.
Oh,
I
nice.
run.
You
16
running
kilometers.
for 2 hours,
Yes, from
right?
Karangsari into Bocor Beach.
You
Wow.
running all the way
Yes,
for 2 hours?
yes,
Oh
non-stop.
my god.
My cousin
Uh,
not believe in me. I try
Convince
to
him.
tell to tell him, my
Uh-huh.
my cousin. I already run uh, from our house into beach. Do you believe
And
in
and
me?
your wife's house is in
Mother-in-law in Karangsari,
Karangsari.
Kebumen,
Mas Hanif, do you know where that? I think Karangsari. I'm.
Kebumen, Kebumen.
North Jadi Baru, if you know the place.
Oh, of course, Jadi Baru. That's so okay. Famous.
Yes, my my cousin not believe in me, so I show my
Wow.
phone, my camera from my wife recording when I'm running, and my cousin still not believe in me. And then he speak, you can record when you run, but after that you take your motorcycle.
All right. That hurts. I know.
How do you feel?
No, wait a second. I'm curious about what does your wife say about it. I mean, like to run from that
Uh,
place to the bridge.
Are
if
you
I
out of
run
your
from
mind? Out- Are you
uh,
out of your mind?
yes, on my senior, I first running into the beach is for my senior high school. It's about 2007, and several times people think I'm crazy or I want to enter academy,
Ah, right. So you were
but
doing that
for
for exercise
because it's
for
not our habit to
run.
run
Yes.
routine on the routine, and for long distance is very rare. So when I try to ask my friend and no one
Will
come
join
on the
you.
day after
Um,
they say yes,
Wait a second. Yes, I do you run every day, Mas Rido? Shh.
For now, I'm not running every day. For last time, I run routine every day, but after I learned from another runner, it's better if
Not good.
we run, we have space if day off for run. If we from Sunday
Uh,
we running, on Monday we off, and then
and then
Tuesday we run again.
all right. So one day running and one day off, one day running, one day off, one day running, one day off. Is it something like that?
Yes, because I still in the level of fun running, so I'm not
Mm,
uh, very very quick in front of uh, serious runner. They will smile with my pace. So I will tell them I just fun running, but I'm serious running.
oh, right. Okay.
Oh, for me, I have a rest time from I think Monday until Sunday.
Monday.
Right.
Very
Every
good.
day is
I rest
Yes.
for that day.
Yes,
Okay.
but my last long distance running is my promise before COVID, but COVID not showing the ending.
Mm-mm.
Right.
It's almost 1.5 years.
Years. Yeah.
Wish, but in Jakarta we cannot running on the railroad on the road because
Wow,
it's
right.
very dangerous.
Yeah.
I have several story from my friend. His friend is his friend got crushed by
Hmm.
something from the back. It's so very dangerous. I cannot.
I feel so.
So
Right in Jakarta.
if I want to run in Jakarta, I very fear to run on the road.
Right. I think it's the safest place is at the stadium. And it's the exact place for people to do exercise, to run, to do sports and stuff.
It's different with Kebumen Road. It's a little bit quiet, so I can run in every place when I'm
Right.
still strong in sunlight, below sunlight.
All right. Under the sun.
Yes. Uh,
Okay, right.
I missed the one question you asked about my wife opinion. My wife opinion. Uh, my wife always support my planning. He remind me about my planning for running. So if you don't do it now, you will regret for then. So I go.
Wow. She's so supportive.
Yes, he so supportive with all of my activity, work activity actually like running or creative process for programming when I just quiet and silent for minutes without do nothing, but my mind thinking anywhere, and she not disturb me.
I have a little bit private question, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Do you and your wife bully each other? Because I do with my husband. I'm like what you just told me. It's like she's so supportive. It doesn't sound like me and my husband. I'm like we bully each other all the time. Do you do that too?
Yes, we
Oh, right,
do it in certain composition. So this is the marriage, I think.
right. Okay, right. It's 21, 28. So I think will it be okay to move to the next question. One more question, and we're going to move to the next person. Will that be okay, Mas Rito?
Yes, I'm okay.
So what time do you have dinner normally? And who do you have dinner with?
I always eat everything with my wife.
Right. Great.
In one plate,
uh,
because that's what I do when I'm a newlywed.
Oh, is that supposed to be like so sweet or something like that? Maybe I can do it for future
Gross,
reference.
you know.
So it's not recommended.
uh, if I don't have another plate, so why not? But don't be jealous.
All right, all right.
Okay.
My husband doesn't really eat using hands, and I love eating using my
Oh.
bare hands. So we don't really eat together because of that. Like my husband, yes, it's what I observe. Like he doesn't really enjoy eating using his bare hands. So we're not so into eating together because of that.
Family culture.
Yes. Okay, right. So, Mas Rido, would you like to pick the next person, please?
I think the next person is uh, Harry Herdiana, please.
Okay.
Hello, Mas Harry.
Hello, Miss Marianti.
Right. So you were supposed to pick a number. Hello. So
Hello.
you're supposed to pick a number, and I'm going to ask you questions related daily activities.
Perhaps I choose number one.
Number one. Okay, right. Let me see. Okay, right. So what time do you wake up?
I wake up at uh, 5 a.m.
5 a.m. Right.
Yes.
Great. And what time do you normally get up?
I actually get up as soon as I wake up.
Oh, right. Great.
Yes.
Okay, right. The next question is, do you take a bath or shower in the morning?
Yes, of course.
It's the questions are here, so it's not my question. It's on the board.
Perhaps
So what
Japanese.
time do you usually take a bath or shower?
Actually, as soon as I woke up, and then I go to bathroom for taking a bath, taking a shower, and then after that I take my prayer. I know it is bad for everyone to follow, but
Mhm.
because sometimes I just cannot wake up before 5 a.m. So I always make a morning prayer at home, not at mosque. Yes. After that, I after take a pray.
That's
Yes. Then I go. Then I clean everything up. After that, I go to my office. Go to work. Go to work. So like that.
You take a
right.
bath at 5 a.m.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes.
You take a bath at 5 a.m.
Yes. Take a
After
bath.
you already wake up and then you just go to bathroom to take a shower. Really?
Yes. Yes, like that.
You, uh, whoa, what the, if the temperature of the water is not that cold in your area?
Yes. It is warm here. I live in Karawang,
Hmm.
so this
Hmm.
here is not that cold.
I see.
Yes.
I've been there before.
Right.
Yeah.
The
So
water temperature is a little bit warm.
Yes. It is warm here.
Okay.
And the weather is normally hot, so it's
Yeah, but
Yeah.
nowadays, if we, I don't know if this happened to all of you, but the weather is now like I feel uncomfortable. Uh, there are so many people sick in my home. Not in my home. I mean in my area and in
Neighborhood.
office also. So many people got sick because of the weather. Do you do if does everyone feel the same?
is it not because of the pandemic?
No, no, no. Not 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 the pandemic, but like sick of normal sick. But the quantity is increasing so much.
Right, so
Not
it's
not not as
probably
not as usual.
mm, right. When I went back to Kabuman, I felt a really drastic change of weather. I mean, like
Ah,
it's hot here in
mm,
Muara Enim. It's pretty hot, but I found that in Kabuman it's even hotter.
Huh?
I mean, like yes, I found it quite hot because I would sweat all the time. I mean, like it's my clothes would be so, how do you call it? I would be soaked in my own sweat because of
uh,
the weather. And I don't, I mean, it's here, when we don't have the air conditioner on, I'm okay with that. But it's in Cebu when it was so hot. I mean, like my husband also experienced the same thing. It's so hot here. It's so hot here. I'm like, stuff like that.
But now it's cooler, because I
Really?
I know why it's hot because since Ramadan until 1 month um, 1 month after it,
Idul Fitri?
there is no rain.
Yes, there was no rain.
There is
Right.
no
And when we went back to Muara Enim, it was raining quite heavily.
Everywhere. Yes.
Yes. But it was indeed so hot. I was so surprised that even at my mom's place, I mean, like it's near Lavu Mountain. You get my point. It's not supposed to be hot, but it was so hot too. I mean, like, oh my god, it's not supposed to be hot here, and it was so hot. And when we moved to Kabuman, it was even hotter. And we were thinking about, could it be that because we were in Matese, I mean, like in Karanganyar, it was colder, so it felt so very hot in Kabuman. And so we were thinking about, let's see when we come back to Muara Anim, and it's it's fine here. I mean, like when we don't have the air conditioner on, it's still okay. I'm fine with that. The kids are okay with that. I mean, like it's so hot. It was so hot in Kabuman.
Have you ever lived in Jakarta, Marianti?
I used to visit my relatives there, but it was a long, long time ago, and I don't quite remember. But I used to be in Makassar, and it's equally hot visiting relatives too. So, but it's normally Makassar and also Sumatra. It's normally hotter, but it was so hot in Kebumen. But I think in Jakarta it's even hotter.
Yes, it's very hot here, especially in Priok.
Priok, yes, because it's near to
hot.
the, yes, port. So right. So I have one more question, Mas Hari.
Yes, Miss.
Do you always do you always wake up and take a bath and take shower and do your morning prayer at the same time during your holidays?
On holidays, I actually only say prayer and then go to sleep again.
Right.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Yes. So it's because you have to go to work, right? So you wake up at 5 and then you take your shower and then after that you do your morning prayer and after that you go to work.
That's right.
At what time do you normally go to work?
Actually, on uh, 6:30, uh, I I I went to the bus stops for waiting for my company's bus,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that, yeah, I go to my workplace using bus that provided by a company, and then after uh, usually come at the office about 9 a.m. And I wait about 1.5 hour before start working. Yes,
So
wait
wait.
for
So you start working at
seven
10:30?
thirty.
Oh, seven
Yes,
thirty. Oh,
yeah,
7:30. Okay, right.
half past.
Half past 6. Okay, right. So, right.
Usually before I know this forum, this actually before knowing Mr. Eko's podcast, I usually use that time for sleeping or yeah, actually sleeping at the mosque. Continue sleeping,
After yeah,
continue
and then
my delayed sleeping. But actually, this I need to I need to make my time as efficient as possible after knowing some of Mas Eko's podcast at Spotify. So because recently I got laptop from my office from my office laptop for daily work. I use that laptop actually for learning. So previously I used that waiting time for sleeping. Now I used to learn
Great.
because yeah like that.
Right. That's really great. Right. So we are going to move to the next person because it's 21, 12, 41. Okay, right. Please, Masari, pick the next
Yeah.
person, please.
Like, I picked the Mr. QWERTY W.
Okay, right. Mr.
Mr.
QWERTY,
Qwerty.
are you there?
Okay.
Been a long time.
Hello? Mas QWERTY, are you there?
Or
Hello?
perhaps
Yes, perhaps we should move to somebody
our
else.
newcomer, Miss Ellie, perhaps.
Right. Miss Ali, hello, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Right, great. So, would you like to pick a number from 1 to 10, except for number 1 and 7, please?
Five, number five.
Number 5. Okay, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Uh, is it only me? Oh, wait a second. I
No, it's not
I'll
only
have
you.
you hear something?
I hear it, but
What is that?
I think Mbak Eli microphone.
Ellie,
There's
you
something
have to
wrong with her microphone.
Oh, right. Right.
change it like
So there is this, I don't know how to call it. There is this,
There's static.
but
There's static.
right. There is this sound a little bit disturbing, but Ali, what is it? Yes, microphone problem. But it was clear previously. I mean, like, I could listen to Mbali quite clearly
yeah, at
previously.
first, yeah.
Yes, at first. It's just this time. Um,
But I
shall we
think it's
try
okay.
again?
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. It's just a little bit time only for answering a question, right?
Sound device got a problem. Okay, right. So I'm going to ask this. So
I think you
Bali, when
can.
do you have?
Okay.
Excuse me, Mas Hanif.
Oh, it's still static.
Yes, it's. I think it's the microphone. Um, but it was clear. Do you think it's about the headset or the earphone, Bali?
Hello.
Right. It's okay. So I'm going to ask you. Oh, wait a second. Would you like to speak something, Bali? Say something.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Oh, when you speak, it's good. When you don't make any sound, it's a little bit. Okay, right. Anyway, so when do you have a break, uh, Ellie?
Break.
Yes, it's. Do you have like normally tea break or coffee break? And what about lunch break?
Mm, my lunch break still in my office, so this that's not so interesting.
What time is that normally?
Sorry.
What time is your lunch break normally?
Uh, 12
12 to.
to what? 12 to
Okay, 12 to 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
And do you go out for lunch?
No, because my apa? My office so far from town. From
So okay, right. So how do you get your lunch?
I bring my how call bekal.
Oh, so you bring your lunch from home, right?
Uh,
And who prepare your lunch? Who who does normally prepare your lunch?
myself.
You prepare. Oh, right, right. So you prepare your lunch before you go to work.
Yes. But sometimes I buy in morning before go work, so I bring to my office.
All right. So you get your lunch by you bought that somewhere and you bring that to office. And what do you usually have for lunch?
Mm, Indonesian people rice.
Oh, right, right, okay.
Yes.
And
Because my office is so far um from town, so little difficult to seek uh, order food like soto, sate, or whatever.
right,
And
so
they don't have an canteen,
Sorry.
right.
so your office doesn't have a canteen.
Uh, there is, but the food that mm, uh, is still apa? Rice.
The food is what?
Uh, the food that sell not apa ya? Rice. Uh,
Oh, they don't sell rice.
iya, maksudnya apa ya?
Oh, right.
Maksudnya tuh uh, cuma nasi juga gitu, macam-macam.
Oh,
All
The
right.
same like
So,
what you have.
yeah.
So
There is
why
no
you put it
soto and all that thing.
like
is it possible for you to have a grab food over there or go food?
That's the problem. In my town, there is a service like GrabFood or Gojek, but not yang the hotel. But the price is also high. The rate also high.
All right.
Mm-mm.
I see.
Just
Because it,
curious, where you working at? Like in Jakarta, is it? Or
Sorry.
somewhere?
in Riau, I think it's
Yeah.
Rangkat, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, in
They're
Riau.
based in Riau.
Mm,
All
Daily,
right.
are you a programmer or another field for work?
Uh, Staff administration. Not
Mm.
Oh,
programmer.
So, what is your motivation for following remote working? I really amazed with your spirit to go.
Basically, I like to learn programming because I was learn programming computer in my college, but never serious. Just play, and I work in other people sessions, so amateur.
I see.
Right.
Really interesting when have a woman to IT stuff because it's really rare.
Yeah,
I've got,
very
I've got.
rare. Yes, miss.
Oh no, it's just because my study knows that it's really rare. I've got some IT programmers friends actually, and they're pretty good. But yes, I think programmers don't really, get along with people. Don't you think so? It's just like I mean, like, um, how to say that? How are you going to put that? I'm like, it's like Mas Ilham. He doesn't really enjoy socializing with people. Like,
Why you pick me as an
because
example?
my friends are also like that. Not all of them, but it's like enjoy themselves, like with the computer, with their programming thing, you know, stuff like that.
That's true. Several of us communication really bad, and sometimes that
Yes,
hurt with their words, but they unconscious.
yes. Anyway, right. So, okay. Is there any other question for Mbak Ellie? Everyone?
just a response maybe. Did anyone you know about programmer
See you, Mas Arif.
cheerleader?
Right. The question?
There, in I don't know when I got the news, but there is a job that a pretty woman that comfort a programmer. Like I don't know what they do. Just maybe just talking because a programmer sometimes have a problem with communication. So
I think that's true.
yeah,
People always communicate with machines, so they have problem to communicate with people.
yeah,
Maybe.
right, right. And I don't know if is is in China on or Japan, they have really job, really real job about woman then comfort a programmer in the work.
I didn't get it.
Maybe you can search it in Google like a comfort woman for programmer. You can
Wow, for programmers.
right, right.
Okay, right.
It's quite funny, but I think it's interesting, you know.
Yes, it sounds interesting. Right. Okay, right. But Ellie, would you like to pick the next person, please?
Hmm. Hmm. Uh, Maskerti. Sorry.
Mas Kweti, are you there? Oh no, no, Kanaya. It's okay, right.
Yeah,
He's there.
hello, hello.
Hello. Right. So, Mas Kweti, you were supposed to pick a number from 1 to 10, except for number 1, number 5, and number 7, please.
Number seven. Number seven.
Except for number 7, number 5, and number 1. Oh my god, Kanaya, why did you do that?
Number nine.
Number 9, okay. Uh, do you sometimes meet and talk to your neighbor?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, okay. And what do you talk about with them normally?
Uh, I usually talk about how how her daily life or how they how their activity.
All right. Do you have any special activities you do with your neighbors?
No, no, uh just hanging out together.
Hanging out together.
Yeah, in the weekend.
All right. Is that some kind of ronda or something? No? Do you have it?
Ronda. Yeah,
You do?
once a week. Once a week.
Once a week. So you still have it?
Yeah, still have.
Right. And so how many people are normally involved in one ronda time at your place?
Usually 7 to 10 people, but sometimes is uh, more people is doesn't come because they tired. Yeah,
Right. Wait a second. Where do you live, Mas Querti, by the way?
I mean Sleman,
You live in
Jakarta.
Sleman. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Great. Okay. So I was about to ask you at what time do people normally have this ronda? From what time to what time? And what happens if somebody doesn't show up?
If somebody doesn't come,
Hmm.
usually they have to pay 10,000 rupiah for uh, denda and
Right, for fine, okay.
Penalty. Oh, not penalty.
yeah, and ronda usually 9 p.m. to 1 p.m.
Right,
and
from
1
9 p.m.
a.m.
to 1 p.m. Oh, right, 1 a.m. Okay. Shh, Naya.
So if you wanna
Right,
achieve, you
so
must do it at 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. maybe, right?
right.
That's right.
But do you have how do you call it? Constant somebody to watch over the neighborhood.
Yeah, in ronda is uh people like walk around and uh apa tuh? take take the money for apa for iuran nih.
Right.
Jimpitan in my place,
Yes, yes, jimpitan. That's
right?
true.
Right. My mom's place is also like that. So it's it's okay for somebody to not show up in any case. I mean, like without giving any explanation or something like that. Is it okay?
No, they have a WhatsApp group and they have to explain that
All
why
right.
they don't come
Right.
and
So
they
it's
have
not
to
possible.
pay. Yes.
Right. So if you don't really have a good explanation, it's not possible for you to skip the ronda, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Is it like this all the time, or is it because of the pandemic, or is there any difference during the pandemic and before the pandemic? This ronda thing.
I think it's the same before the pandemic. Before pandemic was the same.
Right. So even during the pandemic, you still have this ronda. I mean, like even when people were not supposed to be gathering and stuff, it was still the same all the time.
Yes.
All right. Okay. It's
Um,
interesting.
did you have any experience with something maybe? Wonderful experience?
Catching a thief.
Or catching something you can catch?
No.
Taking photos.
A thief.
Impostor.
How about it, Mas Kuerti?
No, I have no experience.
Anyway, can we call Mr. QWERTY with his real name?
I'm
Right.
afraid you can't.
Because
He already told us before.
yes, he wanted us to address him by his QWERTY name, Masarido. We used to ask him once about it, and he said it's QWERTY.
Okay,
Mm.
it's your choice.
It's probably his real name. Probably. Right,
No.
Mas QWERTY would. No, okay, right. It's okay, Mas QWERTY.
Okay.
It's yes. Right. Would you like to pick the next person, Mas QWERTY, please? Because it's getting late. Yes.
Okay. I like to
Wait.
pick Mr. Eko.
He's somebody not
Can
to pick.
I?
No, you
Oh,
can't.
I can. Okay.
Where's my book? A second, can I?
Just
A second. Mas Hanif and Mas Ilham.
Mas Ilham.
Mas Ilham. Okay, right. Mas Ilham, please pick a number.
uh, 7,
Seven. Seven is picked.
8.
Eight. Okay. Eight. Let me see. Eight. What do you do in your free time?
Oh, free time. Like, I have a lot of free time. Almost. Okay, for now, I guess I just read a book and then learning some programming stuff. I guess that's the only thing. Maybe most of them is sleeping. Oh my god.
Okay. Now the next question. What do you usually do on the weekend?
Weekend. Okay, like I said before, my every day is a weekend, weekday, weekday, weekend. So it's same. My answer is same, like what you asked
The same.
before.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
So, so you don't hang out with your friends, or
For the
something like
hangout
that.
time, I guess like it's not especially for weekend because I had like a Saturday night because the road is too crowded for I go to somewhere uh
Right, the
like
traffic,
cafe.
right.
Yeah, the traffic is so crowded.
But I don't think it's quite crowded now. That I mean, like during the pandemic, a lot of people leave Yogyakarta, right? No.
Yeah, no, it's still crowded, ma'am. It's a lot of crowded than before. I don't know why. Like
Oh,
the
right.
cafe is
Okay.
still full.
It's just your mind.
No, I've been there before.
Yeah,
Right.
you you just don't want to do anything, right?
Next question. Do you go jogging, sightseeing, swimming, window shopping, or
Oh, about
just
swimming, I think 2 weeks ago I do swimming at the pool near my not too near my house at like mm, 7 p.m. Swimming. That is
7
my
p.m.?
yeah, because the swimming pool open until 9 and then they have like several time like 7 until 9 and then before that 4 until 7, like what do you call it,
Schedule?
yeah, schedule. And person the people that can go enter the swimming pool only like 14 or 7, so it's not
Great.
crowded.
It's
Yeah.
not so crowded. Okay, right.
um,
How much do you have to pay for that? For 2 hours
uh,
swimming, right?
yeah, it's 25,000 rupiah.
25,000 rupees.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Do
uh,
you swim or are you learning how to swim?
I can swim, but
Okay, right.
it
You did swim.
but when I go there with my friend, I learn one skill. Oh, what do you call? It's not skill.
Show
Like
off?
no, 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 no. Like gaya kodok. I learned that style.
Ah, right. Frog style. Okay, right.
Chess style or frog style?
I'm
Frog
not so
style.
very sure
Frog style.
how to
Like
call the style.
it's like
Style.
a
Chess,
frog.
chess style.
Okay,
Pardon?
right. I think I
Okay.
will have to find the right terms for that. Okay, right. So, do you often stay at home, obviously, repairing, but the next is repairing household goods, gardening, reading, or watching television?
I usually reading, maybe a book that I borrow from my friends, and then for pardon, do you want to say something?
Uh, what books do you read? Is it novels or
It's
motivation
more
books?
like self-development.
All right, self
It's
development.
called Berpikir dan Berjiwa Besar, like
Ah,
translated
right.
from
David
foreign
J.
language.
Swart.
Oh yes, how did you know it? Who answered that? Who say David
Mas
J.
Rido,
Swart?
I think. Mas Rido, I
Yes,
think.
me. That's
Uh,
curriculum for multi-level marketing book.
oh,
All right.
but it's good to know the book.
Okay, right. The next last question for you, Mas Ilham. Do you like sharing or chatting with the members of your family?
Oh, I do really like it. And sometimes we do share chatting in the morning when we have a breakfast.
Oh, so you have breakfast together, like all of you.
And no, because my father not eat a breakfast.
Right. So you have your morning breakfast with your mom and sister
Oh,
and
yep,
brother.
mm,
Right. Great. And then you chat while having your breakfast.
yep, of course.
Great. So what do you share or chat about normally?
Anything that we can share. Maybe a joke, maybe a neighborhood.
Right.
Gossiping, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's interesting stuff for
Yeah.
all, right?
It's a secret. It's a secret.
Okay, right. So shall we move to Mas Hanif then?
Okay, of course, of course.
Okay, right, Maali, see you. Mas Hanif, please pick a number.
10.
10. Do you sometimes have guests who come to your house?
Guess never, because no one come to my house.
Wow, that's not possible.
That's so interesting. That's a good house.
How is that possible? Not even in Kebumen. I know that in Kebumen people visit each other a lot because, yes, yes, I think so.
Maybe they come, but I didn't know.
Right.
Don't people think you keep uh what we call it like
An introvert person, maybe, or
your neighbor think you work or not?
I'm working, but maybe they think I ngepet. I don't know.
Wait, you really don't have guests to your house? Like sometimes, not even
Um,
sometimes.
Not for me,
It's,
maybe.
I think it's same like as you, Miss Marianne.
I
All
think
right.
you're antisocial.
But
No,
in
no.
Kebumen, it's
Sometimes
different, Mas Hanif. In Kebumen, it's right, Mas Hanif. In Kebumen is so social. I mean,
So
like,
right.
full of generous people.
yes. I mean,
Maybe just at the neighborhood, only you there. Other people won't come to your house.
okay, right. So, what about your parents, Mas Hanif? Do your parents sometimes have guests who come to their house?
Yeah, there is some gas, but not for me. So, you know,
Right. So, yes, but at least they are visiting your parents' house. So,
yeah.
who are they normally?
Um, my oh grandparents,
Your
like
grandparents?
right,
Feels
like
accurate.
my last grandparents maybe, and sometimes my neighbor, sometimes my cousins,
Oh.
but they don't really find me.
Right. So
That's not
they're
like this, right?
so why do they visit?
Sometimes to pay internet, sometimes just saying hello. Is it that?
Right.
Hello.
Hello, they're back.
That's for
So you,
formality.
so do you normally talk to them?
Yeah, just saying one sentence or two sentences. Not really that. I don't know. I don't really like to wishy-washy chatting.
Agree.
You, right. So
But the thing is, if I need to chat, I will chat a lot. But uh, people don't really come to my house. I come to their house.
hmm, whose house do you normally visit?
Sometimes my neighbor, sometimes my old friends.
Even now, you still visit your friends even
Yeah,
now,
yeah, sometimes.
and your wife doesn't have any objections about it.
Uh, I bring my wife and my child, by the
Okay,
way.
that's
Okay.
right. That's probably why because because my husband never visits, you know, his friend's house. Because yes, I don't, yes, not even for a reunion at school because he knows I'm not going to come with him, and he knows if I don't come, then he doesn't come. You know, like stuff like that. So,
Right, right. I think
so
that's what happened to me too. Like, if I don't really invite my wife, it's I don't know. I feel cool maybe. I don't know why.
guilty, right? So, but the thing is that, so your wife is also your friend's
Mm,
friends. I mean, like, because I
right.
don't know my friend's friends, so that's why I don't want to visit too.
My wife,
And because,
i-
uh-huh.
my wife is my friend at senior high school, so that's why.
Oh.
So
Oh.
your friends are also your wife friends. That's why you
Right,
can visit each other,
right.
right? That's I get it now. Yes, I understand. There are only some friends of my husband's that I know, and I mean, like, when I say I know, I know. I mean, like, they used to visit us, and we were supposed to visit him too. I don't remember. Did we visit him? No, it was only my husband because I was pregnant, and it was not possible for me to join him. And yes, I only know two or three friends of my husband's friends. I mean, like, close friends, and that's all. So so when they visit us, I would chat with his wife, and my husband is going to chat with his friend. And yes, so I make friend with the wives, and my husband chat with his own friends and stuff like that. Others than that, I don't know. So you attended the same school as your wife,
Yeah.
right? And what about university? Did you attend the same university too, or not?
No. And I know some of my wife friend in in university day.
Uh
So
huh.
sometimes we visit
Visit them
them too.
too.
Yeah.
Wow. I have four. I'm like not four. It's three very close friends at university, and my husband only know them, but never talk to them. Not even once. Not even by phone. Not even, you know. Ah, we met once. Yes, we met once on the first time I met my husband. I invited my friends. So anyway, so
Interesting.
it was the first time I met my husband and my friends too, and it was the first and the last time my husband met them. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Does your
So
husband smile beside you or not?
when we met the first time,
Right now listening your story?
he's sleeping. he's he's got to work
Nice.
tomorrow, so he's sleeping right now. So
Safe, safe, safe. It's safe.
right, right. So by the way, it's 22:17. I think it's
Right.
going to be, yes, it's too late.
Too late.
So right, thank you for coming, everyone. Let's meet again next week.
Inshallah.
And yes, right.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you for
Thank you.
coming.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
nice
everyone.
to
Bye. See
chat
you
with you
next week.
all. Right.
See you next week.